you. It is an honor and a privilege to be able to make some remarks on behalf of what is one of the greatest judges to set foot in the Judicial District Court, as well as being one of my very best friends. And stop laughing, Jen. This is hard enough. I've known her over the last 25 years, everything from being a law clerk at the District Attorney's Office to a Justice of the Peace, a District Court judge, and I think most importantly, the captain of my tennis team. I met Jen about 25 years ago, which is weird because I'm only 31. So I'm 6 when we started at the DA's office. But she was a law clerk at the DA's office. And she wasn't a law clerk for very long because she was so good she got hired as a deputy. And that's really when I came to become really good friends with her. We had offices kind of kitty corner from one another on the 7th floor of the old courthouse. And as a new deputy, she really shined. That's okay, it's Nancy. She really stood out. And she was one of those that worked so hard in the DA's office. She tried everything from petty larcenies to murder cases. And she was there. What really I started noticing is she was there late nights like me, 7, 8 o'clock. She was working. And I think the word that describes her best during those years is she was so passionate. She is a passionate advocate on behalf of all victims of all types of crimes. And of course, she did so well during her first couple years at the DA's office that our district attorney, our beloved Stuart Bell, promoted her to a deputy specializing on the Special Victims Unit. And that's when she started to do the everything from the rapes and murder cases and dealt with our most vulnerable victims of crimes, infants, children, women, and the elderly. And once again, she excelled in that unit. And somewhere during her time on that unit, she decided, hey, I'm going to run for Justice of the Peace. And we thought, wow, how gutsy, look at her. You know, that department opened up, Justice Court 7, and she went for it. And she was fierce. She was a fierce DA, and she was a fierce campaigner. And I watched her knock on different doors of people's houses and tell everybody that she was going to be a great judge, and she was right. And she worked so hard campaigning, and we were so proud of her, all of us at the DA's office, all of us that were her friends, that over a lot of people that put in for that position, she became the very first Justice of the Peace of Department 7. And look at what she did. I know that Lally highlighted the Binion case. But I also had the pleasure of appearing in front of her as well. And, you know, at first a lot of us attorneys thought, wow, you know, she's such a fierce DA, you know, how's this going to work out, you know, as a JP? Well, she was awesome. And it was a pleasure to work in front of her. She's good to both sides, fair and impartial. The defense loved her just as much as the prosecution. And she was such a great Justice of the Peace that in 2002, I believe, when there was an opening in district court, she put her name in for an appointment. And once again, there was a lot of very talented and competent and really good attorneys that went for that position in district court. And our beloved governor, Kenny Gwen, appointed Jennifer Togliatti to that position in district court, where she has remained the last 20 years as I stated, one of the best judges to sit on that bench. And I say she is beloved. There's no doubt. I mean, if you went around and asked the attorneys and the litigants, whether it's criminal, prosecutors, defense attorneys, whether it's civil and their plaintiff's attorneys or defense attorneys, all of them respect, and love Judge Togliatti, because she's exactly what a judge should be on the bench. She is respectful, she's fair, and I think the word that I thought of that really epitomizes what she represents is the word dignity. And I know that we can all agree that she is one of the most dignified people that have ever sat on that bench and wore that robe. And I can tell you that, when we bring kids to class, we always take our kids into Judge Togliatti's courtroom, because that's a model of how a judge should be. Patient and respectful and very conscientious. She's had the most public trials, high publicity trials that any district court judge could ever imagine, right? She has a Chester Stiles case that was very high publicity, and now more recently the Dozier case, in which I say this publicly, I don't know who has handled that type of case where you sign an execution of death warrant. Nobody. Maybe back in the 70s or something. I mean, what she has handled is far beyond what many of the district courts, including myself, had ever handled. And she's done it with grace, and she's done an awesome job, an excellent job. It's bittersweet, this retirement. It's bitter in that we have, I want to go back, one other thing. She's also, in the district court, one of the best colleagues that you could ever dream of. Myself included, I'm sure any one of us district court judges will sit and say, if you need anything from a colleague, if you had one person to call when you're in the middle of a mistrial or something crazy going down, you're going to make that call to Jennifer Togliatti, because you're going to get the right answer. She's brilliant, she's hardworking, and she's conscientious, and you're going to get the right answer. And she's thoughtful. And I know that I can speak for all of us as colleagues that we all really, really appreciate all of the help and support that you've given all of us over all of these years. Because, it doesn't happen with every judge. So she's a friend, too, to all of us on the bench. As I was going to say, it's bittersweet in that it's bitter. We're going to lose our Judge Togliatti every day here, but the good news, the sweet part, is that she will be a senior judge and she'll be able to come in and say hello to us every now and again. And it's sweet in that she has a really exciting and promising future as a mediator, and who better to be a mediator than Judge Togliatti? I know Chief Judge Gonzalez was quoted in the RJ as saying she's a miracle worker. That's an understatement, I'm sure. But she settled the city center case. I had the endoscopy case, and I'm telling you, after that verdict, they were wheeling in the paper that was coming in on the after-trial motions. And it was Judge Togliatti that settled the endoscopy case as well. And I thank you for giving me weeks of months of my life that I'll never get back again. So thanks for settling that. And I think that we have to look forward to, hopefully, she's probably going to be involved in the Route 91 cases. And I have every confidence that if anyone on earth can settle those cases, it would be Judge Togliatti. And she will save the taxpayers and the litigants so much time and money. I just have every confidence that she will do an incredible job, because there's nobody better than her as far as mediation. And so that's sweet. The other sweet part would be her family. I left out that during the time that we were at the DA's office, we were both single at the time. And we would walk sometimes 10 miles on a Saturday morning, just talking about what we wanted our future to look like. And I'm so happy to say that her future is sitting right here in this front seat here, because she used to